is causing a little bit of a stir at his school because he is showing up to class dressed up as a woman with breasts that are larger than not only larger than the balloons at my child's birthday party, they're probably the size of like 4 bowling balls each. Okay, and he has this, this was not surgically done. It would be impossible to stretch the skin that far. There's no letter. I can't tell you it's a double D or E or F or G. There's no letter. It's probably like a double X, okay? And so he shows up with this prosthetic on, dressed up like a woman, looking like a complete crazy person, which he is. And the students rightly raised some questions and said, hey, you know, this is kind of weird, right? And there's videos of it going around the internet. And the guy, obviously, I don't mean to make fun of the guy. The guy's obviously completely out of his mind and should see a psychiatrist and probably be committed. But he's now, in our insane society, is permitted not only to kind of run around humiliating himself and acting like a madman, but he's permitted to miseducate students.
All right, Shalom, first and foremost, giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the men of the Lord, prophesying, preaching, and teaching on the highways and byways in sincerity and in truth. Shalom, Barakathum. And you just heard the latest madness going on here in Babylon, man. I'm gonna just jump right into it. Just did a lesson on the this whole Karagma situation, but Lord willing, this is edifying, man. The first thing that comes to mind is the perverse spirit. When you read Isaiah 19. I'll start at verse 11. Surely the princes of Zoan are fools. The counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh has become brutish. All right, because how did they become brutish? Because now the wise is basically at a point now where they're allowing the people who are supposed to be the smartest in the room, they're supposed to be the sane adult of sound mind to teach children and be an example and all of these things, going completely degenerate, man, completely backwards. This is a result of this prophecy right here, man. It says, how say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise, the son of the ancient kings. Right? What happened to the wisdom of this place that allowed America to soar to be the #1 country and all? What happened? Within 2 generations, really, I would say 3 generations since their decline began after the 50s or so. This place is completely a circus. The whole goddamn thing is a shit show. It's a heaping pile of shit, man. Completely backwards. These are the people that you allow access to your kids. And now there's a sick culture of condemning people that speak out against it, man. On the most widely held platforms where everybody communicates. People literally don't even know how to talk to each other in person anymore because they spend so much time through text on their phones, through social media. Most people get their social skills from work. They don't know how to go out to the bar. They don't know how to ask for directions. They're just completely backwards and reprobate, man. That whole started with the 2020 thing, man. It's like, goodness gracious. Why the hell do you niggas still want to be here, man? And that's the spirit is talking about specifically Egypt, because you niggas was stuck on that place, Egypt, more than any other nation that existed, man. All throughout time, y'all always had this infatuation towards Egypt. And America, the reincarnation of it, but through its various idols and practices, y'all are in love with it all over again. Y'all follow after this bullshit. Keisha's the first one to endorse a rainbow person, man. And she's the one raising our kids. She has been for the past two generations. You about to have grandpas that are straight single mother nigglets, man. Anyway, moving on, the main point. Verse 14, the Lord Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his own vomit, man. This is bad, man. Even the kids are having to film you and put you on blast, man. They know this shit ain't right. Even Edomite kids know this shit is this is weird. In shop class. Oh boy. We know what else it says in Isaiah, the 3rd chapter. How they declare their sin. Isaiah 3 and 9. Show of their countenance doeth witness against them. They declare their sin is Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves, man. I want to witness what the Lord's got in store for this guy. And he was immediately able to use the whole transformer narrative to protect himself, because he know it's hard to say things against people of that community. You can call Jake a nigga anytime you want. Ain't nothing gonna happen. It's like, wow, man, goodness.
And then this was brought to the school, and what did the school say? Did the school take the side of reason and normality and the students and the parents? Or did the school take the side of sexual anarchy and this maniac teacher? You know the answer. School said, we are aware of discussion on social media and in the media regarding Oakville Trafalgar High School. This in a letter to parents. We would like to take this opportunity to reiterate to our community that we are committed to establishing and maintaining a safe, caring, inclusive, equitable, and welcoming learning and working environment for all students and staff.
You know what that is short for is do it thou wilt, man. Basically, do whatever you want. There's no such thing as wrong. Love is love. It's a boy and a grown man. It's inclusive, you know? But what does that philosophy go back to? Goes back to this guy. He has a book called Do It Thou Wilt, A Life of Aleister Crowley. A high-level wizard and warlock, man. Now you can read into this guy. This guy is infamous, okay? Rubs elbows with the royal family, all right? To many very notable people, very popular people like the Beatles, okay? All in the music industry, all into the nobility of multiple nations, man. Jay-Z even pays homage to this guy, all right? But when this guy said this, I'll just let him hear it again.
And working environment, welcoming learning and working environment, maintaining a safe, caring, inclusive, equitable, and maintaining a safe, caring, inclusive Trafalgar High School. This in a letter to parents. We would like to take this opportunity to reiterate to our community that we are committed to establishing and maintaining a safe, caring, inclusive, equitable, and welcoming learning and working environment for all students and staff. We strive to promote positive learning and ensure a safe environment for all students and staff and community, regardless.
So when you let all people in, what does that mean? That means the people that are the murderers, the rapers, all of the things that Esau still technically has laws for against. Eventually, those laws are going to go away. Because there's really no law. There's really no law in this place. The real law is not established. Eventually, he's just going to legalize it. There was a period of time where you couldn't do certain things like that to kids. You get it put on a registry, but now that's getting ready to be legal. There was a period of time where a man and a man, that wasn't legal. But over time, that more and more crazy things are gonna be legalized, because at the spirit of this guy, there's no righteousness in him. So it doesn't matter how the Constitution and how it was set up now, and how it had what they call Christian Judeo values in them, you know, because you did have do not steal, do not kill, all of that. But you're gonna find out, but the spirit of this guy is the opposite. He's just complete death. That's why you have laws like passing in Chicago, like basically a purge. That's why it's decriminalized to steal things in Cali, man. If it's under $1,000, they basically gonna just give you a ticket. You can steal you could go steal a PlayStation 5 right now if you could find one, and that is no jail time. That's a ticket, because they passed laws to let wickedness go through. You see, and that goes back to that hedonistic, do what thou wilt philosophy, man. Anyway.
Of race, age, ability, sex, gender identity, gender expression, sexual orientation, ethnicity, on and on and on and on and on. religion, on and on and on. Now, of course, you can't do both. You can't protect the sort of sexual maniacs, their freedom to do whatever they want in public, and the freedom of people based on their religion not to have this nonsense shoved down their throats.
Precept real quick. Let me go to Nahum. Nahum 3:1, woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. That's us, really, the Israelites. Verse 2, the noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and glittering spear. All right. It says, and there is a multitude of slain and the great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. So this is the prophecy. And that horseman that's going to lift up the bright sword, that horseman is Yahushua. He's written about on a white horse in the book of Revelation when you read it. You see, verse 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, this is America, the mistress of witchcraft, that they selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft. Because this goes all the way down to the kids, as you can see, man. And it's all witchcraft, as I brought out with this guy, Aleister Crowley, that whole philosophy. Because Esau has a term called diversity and inclusion. And it's meant to sound compassionate surface level, but deep down, it's just a license for wickedness, man. You know? Habakkuk 1:4, it says, therefore the law is slack and judgment doeth never go forth. For the wicked doeth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceeded. All right, and that's basically what I was saying earlier. The laws are just slacked. But see, it's not just slacked, it's also tightened up on the other side, because now you can't say certain things. All right? Now you can't have certain opinions. All right? Now you got to lock down. You got to stay inside. You see? But on the other side, the law because when it's saying the law is slack, it's really talking about the laws of the Most High are slack. There's going to be other laws that Esau is going to pass here that's going to be stringent. You see?
What does this come down to? This isn't just, okay, we're going to pass a law to stop this specific thing. You can only have prosthetics that go up to C cup, okay? You can't go to double X, okay? No, obviously that's not how you're going to handle it. The problem here is that there are protections for what's called SOGI, sexual orientation and gender identity. As long as there are legal protections in Canada or the United States, now we have them in both places, as long as there are legal protections where you can't discriminate on the basis of sexual orientation and gender identity, then you can't stop this. Because someone could just say, my sexual orientation is to have like gigantic triple Z prosthetic breasts on, even though I'm a man, and to wear high heels and...
Yeah, I'll stop it there, man. I'll end it here, man. If you want to know how this story ends, according to the scriptures, read Genesis, the 19th chapter, okay? And study up on that and see what's basically coming to this place, man. Because this is just, as the scriptures say, spiritually Egypt and Sodom. Okay, so that's the conclusion of where this whole thing is going, man. But I'll end it there. Hopefully you brothers were edified. Call halal Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Rachak Wadash Wa Abba Babal Shalom.